Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here you go. The majority of footballers dream of being called up to represent their countries, but this isn't currently the case for Arsenal's Ben White. The versatile defender ruled himself out of contention for England's upcoming international fixtures against Brazil and Belgium. Speaking to the press after announcing his penultimate England squad before Euro 2024 gets underway this summer, manager Gareth Southgate said, "Clearly, on form, I can't sit here and say he doesn't deserve to be in." John McDermott had a call from Edu last week to say Ben didn't want to be considered for England squads at this time. Many players will have been sitting with their fingers crossed that they were selected to pull on the famous white shirt, but the 26-year-old is expected to be watching his Three Lions colleagues take part in the European Championships from home. But why would a player of such talent turn down the opportunity to take part in one of the biggest international tournaments in the world? The decision made by White dates back to the 2022 World Cup, after he left the camp early due to personal reasons. We've taken a closer look at the factors involved in the defender's surprise England snub. Steve Holland fallout. White clashed with the coach in Qatar. According to a detailed report from The Athletic, Southgate's assistant manager, Steve Holland, could have been at the center of White's decision to depart the World Cup early. The Gunners' ace decided to head back to England following a 3-0 win over Wales in the final group stage game, which saw the Three Lions secure qualification for the knockout rounds. Amid his struggles to adapt to life as a substitute in Qatar, the defender was reportedly on the receiving end of a dressing down from Southgate's number 2. The Athletic reported that Holland's berating of White was carried out in front of his teammates, as the coach didn't believe he was taking training seriously. 1 week later, the defender took the decision to head back to his club rather than stay on in the England camp. It's unclear if this was the main reason behind the Arsenal man's refusal to return to the national setup, but it's the biggest incident known to have taken place during White's most recent experience of the England camp, over 12 months ago. Lack of game time. The defender often missed out. The first time Southgate called White up to the national squad came in 2021 while he was still plying his trade for Brighton in the Premier League. The 26-year-old made his debut for his country in the friendly matches that preceded the Euro 2020 competition that had to be delayed a year due to the global pandemic. However, the talented defender didn't play a single minute of football as the Three Lions went all the way to the final, before being beaten by Italy on penalties. Perhaps a positive for White is that the majority of England's games were played at Wembley Stadium during that competition and thus, he was still in London rather than further away. He would then go on to be used in tournament football in the aforementioned World Cup in late 2022. Being left out of the win against Iran and draw with the USA, White missed out on the last group match against Wales due to illness. This was the last chance for him to earn his first minutes in a major tournament for his nation, and it looks extremely unlikely he will return to the fold anytime soon. Struggles to adapt to tournament life. White didn't get into rhythm. Being left out regularly and not necessarily enjoying the experience, it's also claimed that White struggled to get into the rhythm of international football. There are differences between club and international setups, and it could just be a case of the Arsenal player preferring the more familiar environment in North London. One of the best performers in a red and white shirt so far in the 2023-24 Premier League campaign, he's known to be a player that doesn't necessarily love football, and this could be a reason behind his decision to not link up with his national team. The idea of sitting on the bench may not appeal to him. England's loss could be Arsenal's gain as Mikel Arteta won't have to worry about his starting right-back going away and risking injury in a key part of the Premier League title race. His performances have been brilliant of late, with the fullback providing 2 assists in the Gunners' last league fixture before the international break, in a 2-1 win over Brentford. Let us know of what you think about all this in the comment section below.